Rolling.
Ready.
We're rolling. You guys should see this janky setup. We got camera 1 right there.
Hi, camera 1.
Camera 2 right there.
Hi, camera 2.
Camera 3 right there.
Hi, camera 3.
We're stuck together with suction cups and magnets, but I think we're gonna make a video.
There you go.
All right, guys. Welcome back to Baby Back Maniac. Today we are doing a review of our 7-day cruise on the Liberty of the Seas. If you guys haven't been following, we have a whole playlist of our vacation. Would love you guys to check this out. It's been a great cruise so far.
Yeah, I mean, we took a 7-day cruise, like Justin said. We've been to Cozumel, Mexico, Georgetown, Cayman Islands, and then Falmouth, Jamaica.
Probably gonna be a long video. We're gonna break it down into manageable bites and put it in a table of contents below so you can jump to whatever part you have questions about. You can skip around. Hopefully you'll find that useful and helpful. So where do you want to start?
Well, tell us about just the ship physically.
Okay. So Liberty of the Seas is a wonderful ship. Biggest ship we've ever been on. 140,000 tons, I think is what.
I think that's what the fun fact sheet said.
Yeah, this is the biggest girl we've ever ridden on. That sounded weird.
Wow.
Demonetized. This is the biggest ship we've ever gone on.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, a lot better.
Sailed on. Yeah.
It sailed on, yeah. And she, this is the biggest ship. I like this boat.
This is the biggest ship we've ever been on. It holds 4,000 passengers, about 1,500 crew members, and this is the part that gets me. Tell us how fast it goes and how much gas and fuel it uses.
So it's 1,100 feet long, 125 feet wide, roughly. And it goes 26 miles per hour at top speed. And when it's doing that, it burns 31,000 gallons of fuel an hour. So,
can you imagine that in this day and age's cost of fuel?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Biden. Oh, no, did I say that?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I mean, she's just a big ship. And
how old is she?
15 years old. She's very well maintained. There's a lot of things to do on it. One of the things that's noticeable about this ship is the promenade is super cool. You walk into the ship and there's this open area with, it's almost like a shopping mall inside the middle, the heart of the ship, where you can get coffee or like cupcakes or buy jewelry,
Ben and Jerry's, ice
alcohol,
cream,
whatever you want.
Your normal souvenir stores.
Right, pizza. There's a pizza place, and the pizza is actually included. It's really good too.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Then up top on the back, there's a water slide, a boogie board machine, basketball courts, rock climbing walls. There's ice skating rings. I mean, they're putt golf. Yeah, that's right. There's a helicopter pad.
Yeah, there's an ice skating rink inside the ship.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, I mean, we've come a long way from, you know, the minnow on Gilligan's Island. That's
there's
sure.
definitely no lack of things to do and entertainment. There's more than you'd ever want to do.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the state of the ship?
Yeah, the ship was supposed to go in dry dock when COVID hit. So I would say she's in good condition. She's 15 years old. They maintain it. It's nice. It's clean. It's not dirty or like. But you were describing it earlier. You were like,
it definitely needs a facelift, right? It was built in 2006, 2007, and it looks like it. A lot of peach and green colors. And I know that the newer ships have the solid navy and kind of just a more serene, updated feel.
Yeah, this is cruisy kitsch, a little bit.
I think so.
Yeah, but again, it's super clean. It is, like I said, it's not. The analogy I have is like your grandmother's 15-year-old Cadillac. You know, she never drives it anywhere, so it's like super. It's in perfect condition for a 15-year-old Cadillac. That's kind of how it is. So good ship. Again, plenty to do. There's no real complaints about the ship.
There's plenty to do, but there's also some things that are a little bit more low key, right? So
yeah. It's not just rock climbing walls. I mean, if you want to chill out, find some corner of the ship and just watch the waves go by, you can do that too. I mean, there's plenty of places. It doesn't feel like there's 5,000 people or 6,000 people on board.
I felt like on the smaller ships that we've been on that it's been more congested, and we've had to wait in lines for a long period of time. And this ship, even though it's got way more people in it, and there has been lines, but the lines have moved a lot faster,
Yeah.
so I don't feel like it's as congested. I haven't felt like I've been on top of anyone.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's, except for like the swimming pools during the day, it's not really even all that crowded.
No, and kids don't care if
Yeah.
they're having to wait in line for a water ride. What about the service?
Okay. I think service is Royal Caribbean's, I think it's their strong point. And I'm going to say that for a couple of reasons. One, like most cruise ships, you have your stateroom attendant that comes in like a ninja, like a couple times a day, cleans your room. One time I think he did it when I was in the bathroom.
No, he didn't.
I know he didn't. He's actually a really, really nice guy. But they come in and they clean up and they smile and they see you and they're so friendly. And it's just really, really nice.
We have a towel friend.
We do.
For us.
Let's go meet him. You come back in your room and air conditioning's on, the bed's made, and everything's put away, and it's just, I just love that.
And you were saying that, they're either like just genuinely really nice or they're
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that also in the dining room. Like, they're really friendly.
I think
so they try to remember your name and... Good morning, how are you? Hi.
Hey, good evening.
Yeah, how are you? Hello. Hey, good morning, how are you guys?
Afternoon.
Good to see you again. And to what she was saying, like, I don't know how people are genuinely that nice. I mean, they're the best fakers on the planet, or Royal Caribbean just did their homework when they were like, they really found good people.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably a little both. There are probably
Yeah.
some fakers and some.
And that's across the entire ship. I think that there's some really good service people in the ship.
Totally. I mean, I think services is this is what Royal Caribbean does best. I worked in the service industry before, and I know how frustrating people can be. And I mean, I have a temperament where I can handle it, but at some point you're like, enough's enough. These people are just, they're great. They're really, really nice people, and it's a highlight for sure.
Yeah. How about entertainment?
Entertainment. There is abundance of it. There are all kinds of things that you can do and enjoy, and I honestly think that if you were on this cruise, if you did this cruise 3 times, you still couldn't experience even close to all of it. So there's.
I mean, like there's an app, and then there's a sheet of information that's given every single day of everything that you can do on the ship.
Right. And there's, it's funny, there's games, there's game shows, there's movies, there's
Parties.
There's
Music.
drinking games, there's Alcoholic Anonymous meetings, like,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
you got all extremes.
There's family-friendly karaoke.
There's not
adult
family-friendly karaoke.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you want to find to do, I even said this the other day to her at dinner. I was like, you could actually go on a cruise by yourself and be entertained if you were.
Probably so.
if
I
you
think
wanted
we've met
to.
a couple of,
People who've done that?
singles,
Yeah.
that have been on the ship.
Now, the actual like professional entertainment,
The shows.
that top notch. Like I mean, we've done a few cruises in our time, and this was so good. I mean, Brian Cheatham, who was American Got Talent,
America's Got Talent semifinalist.
was one of the first ones we saw live, and you're just not going to get cruise ship entertainment
No,
better
I
than
mean
that guy.
he was a singer, and his range of vocal ability was
Yeah.
just wow.
I
amazing.
mean, he's amazing. Like, he's really super talented, and he has this positivity and energy about him that it was just really cool to watch him. Like, I feel like that was special.
I even bought a CD, and I don't
Yeah,
do that kind of thing.
yeah, good job. If you ever see this, Brian, good job.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah, very.
We also saw ice skating dancers, which I would never have said before that I think is kind of the coolest thing ever. But those people were incredible, and we were like on the first row, and they were able to spin and do things, and they threw girls up in the air, and they landed on their feet. And
Yeah, that is the only show that you have to make reservations for because the studio is smaller than the normal
Right.
showrooms. But yeah, like it was.
Yeah.
I got a little I mean, I was a little vocal during the show because I was so like dumbfounded by some of the tricks that they did.
At one point, there's this couple, we later found out they were a couple. The guy grabbed a girl by like her shoelaces, it's probably her skates or something, and he was spinning her around, and every time her head came around, it was like this high off the ground, and I heard her, I was sitting right next to her, and she was going, whoa, 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 and then he flips her up in the air, and she like lands on her feet, and afterwards she said happy birthday. It was his birthday. It was really sweet.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
because it's a small, I mean, what'd you say, 50 feet by 50 feet? Is that what you said it
yeah,
was?
maybe 35 by 50. It's a really small ice skating rink because it's on a boat, you know? And they were able to make so much use of that space, and they were really good too.
Yeah, and then Ethan and I caught on TV a comedian named Etta May.
Yeah.
And she was funny as well. And then
The singers and dancers were
We had
good.
singer and dancers.
Yeah.
There was like a Saturday Night Fever thing.
Yeah,
Right.
I think if you take the time to go to the live entertainment, I think you're going to enjoy it. And we've seen bad cruise ship entertainment. We've gone to watch singers who are actually Milli Vanilli-ing it, pretending to sing.
Oh,
and
we've
they
seen-
were playing tapes
we've
underneath
seen
them.
Showgirls.
This is not like
It's
oh yeah,
been
yeah,
bad. It's
yeah.
been-
This is not bad. This is really good. Cruise
Yeah.
ship
What about
entertainment.
food?
Food is okay. So there's a lot of places you can eat. There's a lot of specialty restaurants. We have stuck to mostly the stuff that comes with the cruise ship. So you have the main dining hall. You can get pizza at any time, any day. Again, the pizza's really, really good. Ethan's probably eaten his weight in pizza this week.
I've asked him to.
Yeah, and you have a really nice crust on it, and so it's like it's good. Again, we've had bad cruise ship pizza, and this isn't bad cruise ship pizza.
Yeah, and then they have coffee.
Coffee, yeah.
Which has been important to me because, you know, they have different options for your coffee too. So they have the regular coffee, or you can buy the Starbucks type
Right.
coffee. They have your different creamers and, you know, your almond milk and your lactose-free milk if you need it. They've got your Splenda,
Yeah.
all your different sweeteners.
Yeah.
Then the Windjammer.
Yeah,
Tell 'em about the
we only
Windjammer.
went to the main dining hall once for lunch, and it was great. I mean, but we are more Windjammer people, which means the Windjammer is the buffet. So guys, this is the Windjammer. This is the main like buffet, kind of the casual eating, but I thought I'd give you a look at what we eat for breakfast, just because I thought some of y'all might find that interesting. What are you getting?
Eating food.
Going for the carbs? Good food. Straight for the car. Oh, you dropped the carbs. Oh no. Okay, cool. What'd you get?
Got some eggs and corned beef hash.
Oh, yeah. Looks good. She's hot. They have miles of everything. That's what I like about it. Is the line moves really, really fast. Even though there's a lot of people here, you're really not waiting in line much. I wouldn't say it's the best food I've ever had, but it's always B plus, A minus area.
It's B plus, A minus. It's a good place to be able to at least come and go whenever you want. You don't have to make reservations. So,
Yeah.
you know, our schedule can be a little bit looser, and that's kind of why we like it.
Yeah. Also, like, they have different. Well, let's start. You can get anything you need. Like if you're just basic and you want hamburgers, French fries,
Hot dogs.
chili
They have
cheese,
that every night.
fries,
Yeah.
burgers, salads. But they also have like a theme night where you can get.
They had like Caribbean night. They had Italian
Yeah.
night. They had French night. There's also a different section that they
Mediterranean.
taught. Yeah, Mediterranean night. They had a section that's it's always there. It's called Jade. It's kind of on the healthier side, and it also serves to dietary, like gluten-free
Yeah.
diets and sugar-free diets. There are options there
All that.
every single time.
Yeah, and then there's this huge dessert bar where you can like gork out if you want to. But we haven't been doing that.
Not too
Honestly, I think this is weird, but I think the desserts have been.
all right.
I'm trying to avoid sugar. My son lives on it, but like, this is. I've been lucky. It's not been tempting because it's not the best part of their food.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
If you need something sweet, it's perfect to go and grab just a little bite.
So this is the one exception to the desserts that we didn't like or we didn't care for. This is really good.
Very good.
Yeah, this is good.
Look at that crust. I mean, that is
Yum.
fantastic looking crust. It's
Yum.
soft it up.
How is it?
Watch out, Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, this is a good cheesecake. Yeah, and we had one night at the Windjammer where it was not good. Like, they were just not on their game. They made us late to one of our shows. Yeah, but I'll tell you this, they were on top of it, and they didn't just let it slide. The manager came around and got feedback from us, and in the end, he actually made it, I mean, this is a sign of good service. Like, he made it better that they screwed up by the next night than had they not screwed up at all, because he remembered her name, and he came over and he checked on her, and because I wasn't there whenever he was talking to
And
her.
consider that. That's 4,000 guests. And
Yeah.
like he remembered my face, remembered my
Yeah.
name, and was able to go back and say, let's fix this.
Yeah. I thought, well, you have a memorable face.
Oh, thanks.
I like your face. Where else? Where were we?
Well, maybe we can. So going back to specialty restaurants, what type of specialty restaurants do they want?
Okay,
Do
so they have like a.
What does that mean?
Okay, specialty recs. There's where we ate is the stuff that comes with the ship, like it comes with your ticket. There's, I think, I'm. If I guess how many, I'm gonna be wrong. There's many upscale specialty restaurants where you can pay. It's not a little more. It's a lot more.
Yeah,
it's
it's for
like somewhere between
Italian-
30 and $50, maybe even
Per
100
head.
per head. That's why we're not doing it, to get like more higher end food experience.
And it's Italian, steak,
Yeah.
Mexican, and then they also have a Johnny Rockets.
Yeah, and that's
on
not
the
as
ship.
expensive, but
Yeah, I think it's like $10 a head there. You
Yeah.
can get milkshakes and everything else.
So we can't give you any feedback on that, but just wanted to let you know that it's there, if that makes sense. So, yeah, does that cover
I
the
think
food?
that covers all of the food.
Okay.
What about our excursions?
All right, our itinerary was awesome. So we left Galveston, we putz across the Gulf for 2 days, and then we go to Cozumel, Mexico. Cozumel is a wonderful stop. It's a great place. There's plenty to do. And if you're wondering, like, you can get around with, like, they speak English, you know, they understand what you're saying. They deal with tourists all the time. You use American money. All that is fine. It's a little island. You could actually rent a Jeep or a scooter or something and just putz around and go exploring if you had enough time. And all kinds of little beaches. You can get, you know, like seafood on the beach and
Alcohol
I mean
on the
Mexican
beach
food. Excuse me, not seafood. Mexican food on the beach. You know, where was the beach we always used to go to get massages?
I think we used to go to San Francisco Beach.
San Francisco, and it's just a great place to hang out, you know? Like, I mean, it's very low key. It's like, I don't know, what else?
All the things that I think Cozumel by far is my favorite snorkeling location.
Oh yeah, that's what we did. We
Um,
snorkeled.
Yeah, we snorkeled, and you know, just to go back to all of the excursions that we do, we usually book it away from the ship. So you can book it with the ship, or you can book it off of the ship.
Yeah.
Just, you know, check your reviews and stuff like that.
So you're basically, like, just to be clear, what she means is like you're booking locally with local companies before you leave, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
And it's like half the price. So we went out on a little I'm sorry, were you?
No, go ahead.
We went on a little snorkeling tour to Palancar Reef, which is some of the best scuba diving in the world. And then we went to
Columbia, Sky Reef, and a place called El Cielo, so you can see the starfish.
Yep.
And then we even got to see stingrays this time.
Yep, that
We
was
didn't
cool.
even know that we'd see that.
Yep. Okay, so then we went to Cayman, and we did an excursion where we went and we went and saw
Stingrays.
stingrays. Why can I have a hard time
Stingray
remembering
City.
stingrays the
Yeah.
whole trip? And again, we'll have a video up here so you can go see that. You get to hold a freaking stingray in your hands. Holy crap, it's amazing.
Or in my perspective, 3 of them.
Yeah, the stingrays really liked her.
Lola. You're doing? Oh, you are so sweet. Yes, you are. You are so sweet.
Cayman again is, I mean, it's in all the movies, right? As being this beautiful place, and that's because it's a beautiful place. It's a really nice island. If you're going with kids, I would recommend 7 Mile Beach. It's the most beautiful beach ever. Like, it looks like the beach in the Corona commercials where you're just sitting there and, you know.
Just hanging out. I mean, just smooth sand for miles.
I love this itinerary. I really, really do. Lots of stuff to do there, and totally, if you can swing Cayman, absolutely do it. Did you just spit in the ocean?
Yes.
I am telling the ocean police.
You're polluting Cayman.
And then our last day, we went to Jamaica, and we stayed at a resort there, the Hilton
Rose Hall
Rose
in
Hall.
Montego Bay.
Again, I should go back and say again, none of this stuff is sponsored. We paid for all of this, just so that's clear. One of the nicest resorts we've ever been on, absolutely. Now, Jamaica's a little different from the other two, and there's no other way to say it except this is how our bus driver put it. It's an impoverished country, and there are problems that come with that, and it's more like, it's not a place that I would say go grab a Jeep and go exploring, because there's really nothing to do if you get away from the port. You know,
And if you don't know where you're going.
if you don't know where you're going, the roads aren't great. That is the scariest place to drive, because they drive on the left side of the road. Sometimes the roads aren't great, and they have like their own set of rules there. So I would say, when you go to Jamaica, either do a excursion with the ship, or do like we did and stay at a resort. Now I will say this: I freaking love Jamaica. Like, I feel like Jamaica is one of the coolest islands that, I mean, it has its own culture. It's got its own language. It's the most beautiful of the 3 islands we went to. They've been the victims of a lot of corruption and problems in the past, and Jamaica just hasn't really been able to get its footing, but I'm hoping that turns around, because I could see a day coming. That island is so pretty with the mountains and the beaches and the coffee and all, again, it's just such a great place. I could see it being like Maui to the east, you know, like there's no reason it shouldn't be as fun to come to as Hawaii. And so anyways, Jamaica's great, but for now, stay with the cruise itineraries and stuff like that, or cruise excursions and stuff like
Definitely, or stay on the ship, either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about the room, our room.
Okay, our particular room is probably one of the smallest rooms we saw with an outside balcony.
I think it's a little under 200 square feet.
Yeah, what do we pay? Just so.
I think we paid a little over $1,000 per person.
Okay, and we have 3 people.
Yeah.
In a room, and it's, how many square feet did you just say?
I think it's a little under 200 square feet.
200 square feet. It feels bigger than that. I think, honestly, I think the size is great for 2 people. I think it's a little tight for 3 people, especially when we're changing clothes or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, I'm taking my pants off. There are a few things that we would change about it. They only have 2 outlets.
So bring an extension cord.
Bring an extension cord and bring a non-surge protecting power strip, because surge protecting, actually, something about the way the boat is grounded, like it actually has the opposite effect of what you think it would. It causes more problems. The shower is a little small.
I mean, the showers are small and.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell my secret.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me your secret.
Okay, the showers are small, and I usually just pack a little, bag and head over to the gym, because their showers are a little bit bigger, and then there's extra towels and stuff there, so I feel like I can spread out a little bit better there.
Yeah.
But don't everybody go run into the gyms, because I want my gym. I want my gym shower.
And I fought through it in the regular shower, and it's fine. And to some extent, that's ship life. And I know there's some guys out there in the Navy that are like, oh, you should, back in Nam, when I was on my destroyer. No, well, the thing is this mug has a freaking ice skating ring, right? You can put more than 2 outlets, and you can make the potty bigger. I mean, that's like, the shower can be big enough to where you can actually raise your arms without bumping your elbows against the wall. I don't think that's unreasonable in this day and age. I'm not complaining. It wouldn't stop me from making the trip. But again, we're just being clear. We're trying to give you expectations, so that when you get here, you won't go, why didn't they tell us about that?
Right.
The showers are small. You can book it down to the gym and get a bigger one. It's just something to be aware of. There are only 2 outlets, you know, there's no way around it. I don't know why they make it where everybody has to bring in a power strip instead of them just making the ships with more outlets. Maybe they do these days.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it is one of those things that I would change if we could.
Yeah. So I think this is a service kind of thing, but it's also a room thing for families. They do make those little towel animals. We've had a little towel animal
Yeah.
awaiting us at nighttime just about every other day. I know some people like them every day, but they're every other day. And it's kind of a cute little surprise to have.
See, that replaces the dog while we're gone. Until I need to take a shower. Yeah.
And then the room cleaning twice a day is, hey, I'll
Yeah.
take that anytime.
That's cool.
What about the fridge? There was a little mini fridge
yeah,
in the room too.
that's another thing. It's like, there's a little mini fridge. Thank you. That's great. It only goes down to 55 degrees, which is not cold enough for anything. You know, it's like, it's almost more like just a shelf to put your drinks in than
Yeah.
an actual refrigerator.
Minimum temperature of this cooler mini bar is 55 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not a thing.
Okay, so let's jump to frequently asked questions.
So our first frequently asked question was about laundry. And frankly, it is so confusing that even us trying to explain it live sounded confusing. So I'm going to just do a voiceover here to try to speed things up a little bit. In a nutshell, if it's not obvious, if you're willing to do your laundry once on the trip, you can literally pack half as much luggage, and that can add up, especially on a 7-day cruise like this. But the problem is, Royal Caribbean won't let you do your own laundry. They want to do it for you, and they want to charge you an arm and a leg, and a kidney, and your firstborn. It's ridiculous, and their communication is terrible. So you go to their website, and one place it'll say they charge you by the item. So it's $2 for socks, it's $5 for a shirt. Screw you, you know. But in another place, it says it's all you can fit in a bag. They'll do for $25 or $35 or whatever it ends up being. And by the way, they don't show you the bag, so you have no idea. And by the way, it's a tiny bag. So my advice is just bring all the clothes that you need for the trip. Don't worry about doing laundry unless you're loaded. And if you do have that kind of jack, congratulations. You can pay as much as they feel like charging you to clean your underwear that day. So there's your laundry talk for the day. Let's fast forward through the rest of this and get to the top 10 things we think you should bring that you'll find really helpful on this cruise. I don't know why we'd have accidents, but you know, you need like extra undies.
Yeah, so Justin mentioned that there are only 2 outlets. So bring your non-surge protector power strips.
Yeah.
Magnetic hooks or magnetic clips, like the ones that are really, really strong.
Yeah.
Because basically, you know, probably 2/3 of your cabin is made out of magnets. So you can hang your like swimsuits or your towels to dry on those magnetic hooks. You can leave notes for your family that way.
Yeah.
You just grabbed your insulated water bottle or
Yeah.
your cup so you can get some water while you're at the Windjammer or, you know, the pizza or coffee shop.
That is one thing about it. I'm going to interrupt
Go
for
ahead.
a second. Like the drink package, we'll get to this in a second. If you don't get the drink package, you have water, tea, fruit punch, sometimes lemonade, not always, or coffee. And it's like in the food areas. So you really need this, but then they don't let you actually just fill it up because of, I guess, COVID.
I think so.
Because
But it doesn't
COVID
make
spread through
sense.
cups.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how COVID spread. You have to actually fill it up their dinky cup and take it over and put it in your cup over and over and over again. So, but anyways, still, it doesn't change the fact that these are very beneficial.
Beach towel clips. Those are really helpful, and you can clamp them onto your chairs on your balcony or outside whenever you're actually sunning. These have just been nice to clip around everywhere. Lanyards, that way it can hold your ship card.
Yeah.
Because you need that ship card to go 2 places inside the ship and to embark and debark from the ship and to be able to buy anything. That's basically your ID card on the ship. We had this little portable fan. Somebody recommended that on one of the pages, and it has been amazing. You know, whenever you're standing in line, you can have a fan. Whenever you're going on excursions, you can have a fan.
That was a really good idea.
Great investment
Yeah.
on Amazon.
How much did it cost?
Well, I think like $15.
You can have the fan running in your bathroom because there isn't a fan in there. And tag on to that, you probably want to bring like a can of air freshener too
Yeah.
if you're going to be, housed up with a few of your family members.
She poops. I don't. So,
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a couple of other things, just a collapsible laundry hamper. That's nice to just dump all your clothes in there. Pen, notepad. People decorate their doors. So if you want to do that, that way it can kind of stand out, and then you can leave notes for your family members on the doors.
ducks. Did we talk about the ducks?
No, we didn't talk about ducks.
Is it on here later?
No, do you want to
Okay.
talk about ducks?
Well, you talk about the ducks because you know the situation. There's a game with the kids and everybody. Go ahead and explain it.
Yeah, I think, about 6 or 7 years ago, a dad and a kid got onto a ship. It was a carnival ship, I think, and then they started leaving ducks with notes, just for kind of a hide and seek game with little ducks. Whether they started out with rubber duckies, but I've seen on the Cruising Ducks webpage that like people even like crochet ducks, and you hide them all around the ship. You can't hide them. You have to do it in public places and not in the pools or in the shops. But then you see all these other kids coming around. They're searching for ducks, and then they get to keep it or they hide it.
Yeah.
So it's just been kind of fun to see kids' faces whenever they find one.
So bring rubber ducks.
Yeah.
Little rubber ducks. I'm going to clear this ice real quick.
Okay. So let's go rewind all the way back to the embarkation
Yeah,
process.
some people have questions about embarkation, how that works. You go through a security checkpoint. There are long lines. They're trying to get 2,000 people or 4,000 people onto
4,000,
this
yeah.
bus and onto the ship in a couple hours. Therefore, there are long lines, but they move incredibly fast.
It went really well. I didn't feel like I was just standing there sweating, waiting.
Yeah, I don't think it could have gone any better.
No.
We're here.
Did you have anything to talk about, like, going through
Yeah, just
TSA or whatever
just
their
the expectation
transportation?
is to stand in a line that's probably constantly moving. You're going to go through like a TSA checkpoint. You don't have to take off your shoes, but you do have to slide your stuff through a metal detector. And yeah, that's it. And then getting on and off the ship, whenever we're in embarkation, you just need your sailing. No, that's
Yeah,
carnival.
just
Sailing sign.
your card, your ship card.
What do they call it? Ship sailor. I think it's sailing sign on Carnival.
Carnival, but I
right.
think this
they give
is
you a card,
a
a
cute
ship
little
ID,
name.
and that's all you need to get on and off.
Yeah. Gangway.
Welcome to Mexico. The reason we say that is because it's not clear. They said at one point you needed a photo ID of
A government issued,
and
yeah.
so we left with our passports the first day, thinking this was strange that we had to haul our passports around. And then we get to the checkpoint, and the guy's like, "You don't need a passport.
Right.
What are you doing?"
Right. No. Okay. So
Money.
money.
Yeah. How much does it cost? All right. You can spend as much money as you want, but what you're going to end up spending is compared to. Basically, we want to talk about what's included and what's not, right? So you're going to need to pay, obviously, to get to Galveston or wherever you're porting out of. If you're going to go a day ahead of time, you're going to need to pay for a hotel. You're going to have to park your car. Sometimes your hotel that you stay at will keep your car for a week. Sometimes they won't. If not, you'll park at the pier. They do have good shuttles running all the time to get you directly to the port. I would recommend that. That's what we did. It was $75, $90.
It was $90. We just parked at the Galveston Pier. I looked for a coupon code and we got another $5 off. I've also heard that Easy Cruise parking is also a really good place
Yeah.
to park. So those are two
Yeah.
that you can
So
consider.
that was $90 plus hotel plus travel. And then you're going to pay for whatever it costs you to get your tickets on the ship. On top of that, you technically don't have to, but you should. Don't be a douchebag. Tip your people who provide service for your room and dinner. Even if you don't go to dinner, they're away from their families and they live off tips. Go ahead and tip, and that's $15 a day.
Yeah, it's $14.50 per person per day.
Yeah, that is more or less what you're going to be expected to pay, and then everything above that. I lost my thought. Did I miss anything here?
No, I think that's it. I think just for me, just to make sure that you pack a lot of extra loose dollar bills, right?
Yeah.
Because every excursion that you go to, every place that you go, you'll probably want to tip somebody.
Yeah.
Because they're a service industry, so they're all going to work off of tips.
Totally, and you want to support that. You really do, because that's what makes your vacation. Those people and their friendliness and their helpfulness make your vacation more special. So
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so what costs extra?
okay, so there's a soda package, there's an alcohol package, and then there's like an internet package. There's 2 different internet packages. One is like basically just like texting, and one is like full internet.
But streaming too.
Yeah. I'm kind of the opinion that, like, I mean, this is just me talking to the Royal Caribbean. Like, we're in this day and age where a minimum amount of communication between family members is a safety issue, or it's a convenience issue, and it's a vacation fun issue. Paying $6 a day for 8 days so that I can keep in touch with people on your gigantic boat, it seems ridiculous. You should just eat those $6 and let us stay in communication.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's just to be able to text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, I kind of think that sodas should be either included or much cheaper than what they were. I can't remember the price, but it did price us out because, again, you were paying for all of us all day.
Yeah.
Everybody pays for the week, and
Yeah, I think it was $20 a day per person for sodas.
was that it?
I think something like that.
It was. I mean, whatever it wasn't worth it for a 99-cent Coke every couple of days.
Yeah, so what we
So-
did was just carried on 12 packs of
Which they do
Diet
let you
Coke,
do,
but-
to
yeah.
their credit.
And we were able to carry on 2 bottles of wine.
Yeah. So, but that I know they make a lot of money off that, so this is never going to change. But that was kind of a bummer. But yeah. But again, you can either spend that money or not. We chose not to, and you can choose to spend it. If you're wondering, like the alcohol all you can drink thing was probably
I think it was $60 or $80.
60 a day.
Yeah.
And if you, they're smart. If one person in your cabin gets it, the other person has to get a drink package as well because they know you'll just split it. And so basically, it's the price of 8 drinks. I think is the break-even point, somewhere between 6 and 8 drinks. So you can use that to be your guide.
How about food outside of the Windjammer?
And then you can pay for food outside of the Windjammer, and that's all over the board. You can buy meal packages. If you know you're going to eat at the fancy restaurants every night, you could pay up front for a discounted price to eat at the fancy restaurants every night, but it wasn't enough to be worth it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was like, if you miss one meal,
Yeah.
you've lost money on that.
And
So-
then the last
but
thing
it's there for you.
Yeah, you've got your shore
And yeah,
excursions,
you
and,
pay for
that's
shore
kind of a
excursions.
given, right?
Exactly.
Anything you do outside of the boat, you'll have to pay for.
So that's the money situation
Yeah.
right there.
What are some
and-
things that you would want to change?
Okay, this one you mentioned this a couple of times. You can go ahead with this one.
Yeah, smoking in the kids area. I know they've got like 2 designated spots on the ship, but like one of them is the entire side of the ship where the kids are like playing.
Okay, so this is the kids area, and this is the smoking area. It just seems like there should be a better way. Yeah.
And I just have a hard time with that. I mean, it
Yeah.
smelled so bad, and
I mean,
we would intentionally sit on the other side of the ship, but then I feel bad for all the parents that would be there
Yeah.
with their kiddos, or just the kids getting secondhand smoke.
Yeah, and technically it is outside, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like it's like the way the ship's designed, the air stays there, and it is right next to the kids' play area.
Yeah.
So that would be something we find a place where it works for everybody, But I feel bad for those new parents who are like, especially the ones that are like super protective,
Yeah.
new mommies,
Yeah.
that would drive them crazy. I didn't like the deals that they would try to push on us early. I don't think it was having the effect. It wasn't getting us excited. It was
Yeah,
like,
and we already talked about not having a laundry.
all right, we are on the road. I had some thoughts, like, while we're in the moment. Our pre-cruise experience. What are your thoughts so far?
It has been a little stressful,
A little bit.
difficult to pack. Not used to that. Packing for the entire week instead of having laundry service on the ship.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Usually when we go someplace, you can do your laundry. And Royal Caribbean will do your laundry, but they charge an arm and a leg. And that made it hard. That made it hard, right?
Definitely a lot harder. I was running around trying to pack and very stressed out for the past 2 days.
Yeah.
So not used to that.
Yeah, I mean, not a big deal. The other thing is there's a lot of like decision anxiety that went into planning this cruise that I don't remember doing this on the last cruise or even the last time we did RCL. Like they're pummeling us with packages. What was it? All the stuff like
Oh, like internet package, drink package, coffee punch card, dinner package, alcohol package.
Yeah. Huge fear of missing out and then having to like run the numbers and feel like I don't like, are we gonna be on the boat and not be able to? There's certain things like I feel like a basic level of internet, even on a cruise ship, should be reasonably cheap, and like sodas probably should be included. They cost nothing, and so like the package is like $20 a day for soft drinks, you know, and it's like you need soft drinks that bad.
Definitely not.
You know, so a little bit of like pre-cruise anxiety could have been better. I mean, not serious anxiety, just a lot of decision making that I don't, you know, what can you do?
Right. And then in addition to that, you know, we're still in the middle of the pandemic, and so we had to test yesterday for COVID.
So this is where it all starts.
Yep, going to go get our COVID test.
You looking forward to this, bud?
No. Good job, buddy. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's not their fault, though. That's just the world.
No,
we
that's
live
not
in.
their fault
Yeah.
at all, but I was a little nervous since all of my coworkers got COVID, you know,
Yeah.
before last,
Yeah.
and I was with them. So
Yeah. But at this point, we're on our way. We're packed up. We're ready to go and excited about going on a cruise. Right?
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 Yep.
Yep.
Okay, things that we would change. Balconies.
Having a balcony is amazing, and it's worth it, and do it. Okay, back to our show.
Yeah.
Balcony door doesn't lock.
I think it's worth upgrading to the balcony. What do you think?
Well, other than the fact that there aren't locks on the doors, yes.
Wait, this doesn't lock?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Don't like that. That means anyone on this side of the ship can just like come across and like peek in the hi baby. Yeah, that's not good. I don't like that at all, and it's not necessary. We've been on other boats that have solid steel walls here, and these have these sliding plastic.
They're kind of opaque, like a
Yeah.
plexiglass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not good. Not
Yeah.
good.
What big TV screen?
Oh yeah, the big screen outside by the pool where they usually show movies and stuff at night is broken, and they just aren't fixing
Or
it.
even TV shows during the
Yeah.
day while you're swimming, right?
Yeah, that was kind of a bummer. It's a bummer they sort of gave up on it. They're just
Apparently
waiting.
it's been years, and I'm
Years or
wondering.
months?
I think it's been years, and I wonder if maybe they're waiting for a part or something that they.
Not
can't-
years.
I don't know.
If it's years, they're just waiting to take it into a dry
Yeah,
dock.
I don't know. It's
That's
not.
not
It's not
cool.
working. It's just not cool.
That's not good.
How about raining? It rained on our first sea day. Oh, yeah. This
yeah.
is actually no fun.
So rain is, like, obviously, Royal Caribbean, stop making it rain. No. It did rain on our first sea day, and they shut everything down for the rain, which made sense. But it cleared up in the afternoon, and they kind of didn't open things up on our sea day. And that was weird, because when you asked them what they were doing, they said they were cleaning everything, and they weren't. Like,
They physically weren't.
yeah, we
cleaning.
could look at the stuff, and it's not cleaning. It's just, no one's cleaning it. It's
Yeah,
just
they
not
just
operating.
netted things off
And
and,
it was like-
barricaded things off, and
Yeah, it was-
just had it shut down.
They're doing all the cleaning. See how clean it is? They're in there cleaning. If it wasn't a sea day where there's not, that's when you want to do that stuff. It probably wouldn't matter. So
Yeah.
again, and what was it? What was the last one?
I think that was it.
Okay. And again, just to clarify, these are things like, this is the stuff that we didn't like. It doesn't mean we didn't like the cruise.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But these are the things that happened on our cruise that we would have liked to see changed. It's no more or less than that. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
3 favorite things, favorite parts about it.
Well, I think my son would say the pizza.
For sure, he would say the pizza. It is good pizza. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had pizza every day as well as a snack, so I've enjoyed it.
What was yours?
Just everything. Just cruising is a great experience
Yeah.
to be able, like you always said it, right? It's like a floating hotel. So you
Yeah.
get to stay in the same room and go to all these different destinations.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And you called it like a reset. Everybody needs to get away from life and reset.
For sure.
And I think it's a wonderful way for a family to get away, enjoy each other's company, do stuff they haven't done before, break out of their routine. Like, and this cruise is as good as any we've gone on. Highly recommend it. Even with our complaints, again, we loved this trip.
Well, and for us, it's great, right? Because we're only a drive away from Galveston. We didn't have to deal with having a flight in between and any potential cancellations that may have occurred there. So it's an easier planning vacation because you can just get on the ship and go.
And then you can just kick back and relax. You don't have to move anything, and you wake up the next morning, you're in a new beautiful place, and cruising's just great. I hope you get a chance to do it. One secret, my favorite secret, on the 13th floor, there's a bar called Oliver Twist.
So super cool view up here. This is the Oliver Twist. It's a play on words. But this would be a cool place to hang out.
Great view of the whole ship. Not a lot of people know about it. Go up there, check it out. I was up there the other day and this beautiful storm rolled in, and I watched the whole thing unfold, and it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. But you can also just watch everything going on from a really great view. So go check that out.
That's one of those getaway locations. It's really busy at night because then they, turn it into a club for any of their different activities. But during the day, it's pretty chill.
Totally. So anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you subscribe. I don't know if we'll do this again, but it certainly was fun. If you didn't catch our previous videos of the whole trip, I'll put them right here. You can click them at this point and go see them right now. We had a great adventure and it was a great time. Thanks for joining us. Bye. Love you.
Bye.